The goddamn bunny. Speak No Evil was actually a movie that I was looking forward to, don't get me wrong. I mean, it looked pretty basic or like a premise that's been done many times, at least in some sort of variant. You've got family meets family on vacation, family invites family to their home, family accepts their invitation to their home without knowing anything about them or anything at all. Once family gets there, a million red flags pop off, and just the cherry on top is the cliche that this family lives in the middle of a countryside, secluded, no neighbors around, nobody to help. Amazing, right? The reason I was excited for this one, though, is because it's starring James McAvoy, and I think he is a phenomenal actor, and I think he excels the most when he's playing the villain or the antagonist, and that is what he's playing in this one, most notably. Obviously, his character in Split is one that he's very much known for, and he just really excels in that role. So I was excited to see him in this. Although the premise is basic, I was intrigued to see this, and I think part of that's due to the trailer just being really well done. I think it got most viewers adequately interested in this one. This is also a remake from a movie that was just done 2 years back in 2022, so Blumhouse was quick with it, right? And this one's directed by James Watkins, who's most notably known for writing and directing the 2008 movie Eden Lake, which is just a very bleak, tragic horror, but I really like it, so I was kind of curious as to what James Watkins was going to bring to this one from a directorial perspective. One of the major positives, this won't be a surprise, is some of the acting here. James McAvoy, who plays Patty, which is the character that invites the family to his home, his secluded home in the countryside, and I think he's excellent in this role. He's the main antagonist, and I think that James McAvoy is able to perfectly master both the very much charismatic qualities of his character, but also the more controlling and super aggressive qualities as well. We slowly see the character of Patty really start to crack at the seams, and I think that James really masters this through his expressions and his tone and his inflections in his voice. He's just brilliant. I love him. He is 45 years old, which was shocking to me too. He looks damn good. He's shredded as hell. The one scene where he's on the cliff and they're cliff jumping. Yeah, I like that one. I like that scene, if you know what I mean. The other actor that's brilliant in this actually is Hough, who plays their kid. His name's Ant. He's Patty and Kira's kid, and we learn from Patty that he has a condition in which he has a shortened tongue, so he can't really communicate properly. So therefore, a lot of Hough's acting is mostly through facial expressions and movements and pointing his finger like, "Why do you not understand what I'm saying?" I think that he does a really good job in this. He's pretty compelling, and he has a scene towards the end that is just remarkable. He absolutely nails it. So hats off to that kid. He did great in this. On the other hand, though, the other kid in this movie, the daughter of the couple that comes to stay with Patty, Kira, and Ant, was just not good, in my opinion. I also just really don't like the character. This character's almost 12 years old, and there's this subplot of her being unreasonably and ridiculously attached to this stuffed bunny. And of course, the only reason that she's attached to it is because the film needs some excuse for the family to keep leaving it somewhere, having her freak out, and then having to risk it all just to get it back. Ugh, the goddamn bunny. That was just frustrating to me in general. As far as the young actress, I just didn't think she did well. I have to be honest. I know she'll probably do better in the future if she scores future roles. But for example, there are many times where she's very much at risk, in harm's way, and you'll catch a glimpse of her in one of the frames, maybe in the left side, right side, and she just does not look scared at all. She's just kind of looking at her mom like... I just felt like she jumped out of character, in and out of character so many times, and it was a bit frustrating to me. So I just have to say she's not very believable in the role. And I definitely caught glimpses of her where I was like, she's definitely out of character. Another positive for this movie is obviously the ending. This ending is much different than the ending in the original 2022 Speak No Evil film. I do like the ending. I think that the young actor, Hough, brings it home, and it's just really great. And honestly, the ending is kind of similar to another movie's ending that came out this year as well. It's pretty powerful, so I like it. I really do. A mixed feeling that I have about this movie is the pace. I think that it starts out good, and it starts to progress naturally. However, the end is just in absolutely no rush, and to me it feels really, really drawn out at times. While I do like the way it's ending, it takes so much time to get there, and there's a series of cliches, and I also do think There is some good tension building moments, but then it's just predictable. So I feel like the predictability just cancels out all of the good tension building moments in this movie, which is a shame. The saving grace for this one obviously is James McAvoy and Dan Hough. The movie is decent, so I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. It's a very much a middle of the pack movie for me. There are some standout moments. There is a scene also that I just particularly liked where Patty and the dad from the other family is sitting in the car, and Patty's just like not looking at the road, and he's just singing in the car to the other guy. You know, first of all, I'm like, same. Second of all, it just shows some of the weirdness, and I really do like Patty's weird antics, and I think they did a good job in exploring those. But to be honest, a large majority of the movie is a bit basic and borderline bland, dare I say, at times. As far as comparing it to the original, I am a bit mixed about which one I prefer. Obviously, I think it comes down to which ending you prefer. I think I like this ending better in general. So I'm gonna see what the general consensus on this one is. A lot of times it's hard to tell from these, but it gives you kind of a general idea because all the time it's like 5 and 1, so there's never in between, but I'm kind of curious. Okay, so people are liking this one. Average audience score 4.0, Rotten Tomatoes gave an 83. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. It's middle of the pack for me, but it looks like, according to this, I mean, it's not all that much ratings, but it looks like people in general like this. And to be honest, I think that's probably homage to James McAvoy in this, because he's just excellent. As far as the original Speak No Evil, this one has an average audience score of a 2.6. That tells you a little bit about the difference between the two. It looks like, in general, the audience liked the remake better, but Rotten Tomatoes has 84% for the original one, so they're about on par. Again, the movies follow each other pretty closely, I think, but it looks like people like this one. For me personally, I do recommend seeing this one, but I might skip it in the theater and wait till it comes out on streaming, to be honest, but I do think you should watch it. Again, it's very much a middle of the pack one for me. It's not a huge standout one this year, but there are some good moments, most notably James McAvoy. I know I can't talk him up enough. But what did you guys think? I would love to hear your thoughts. How do you think it compares to the original? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching, and catch me next time. Peace.